Hi guys, and welcome to the Ymir multiplayer series. So, quite a lot has changed in the last 24 hours, was it 4? No, 24 hours. I did record yesterday. So, five technologies, can you believe it? And all of these technologies, apart from pictogram writing, all costed me shovels and lots of shovels. No, public mines didn't cost me shovels, it cost me adornments. So 3 of them cost me shovels, and quite a lot. I think it was like 50 shovels in total. But, as I said from the last episode, I have been making quite a lot of shovels. So, here in Castell, we've actually got 55 stocked up, and we have run out of bronze. So now, we're not making any shovels. I'm going to actually set the limit to 0 because I actually need this bronze. So, all these shovels, absolutely brilliant stuff. We can now save them for any more techs, or start using them. So, actually, what is this? Mud bricks. 110 mud bricks, my goodness. Okay. I'll note that in a bit. So, few things. We have got stone cutting. That was one I was researching. I can't remember if I was researching this in the last episode. I know I didn't have it in the last episode, but I can't remember if I was researching it in the last episode or if I only just started researching it just after the episode was recorded and then got it. But anyway, stone cutting. So, I'll just come out of Rocktown, but let's go back into Rocktown. So, stone cutting. Look at all these stone block quarries. So, stone cutting is brilliant. It unlocks, as you can see here, level 2 stone cutter camp, level 2 builders, quarry, elephant pens, and stone block walls. So, stone block walls are, I think, one of the best walls in the game, or at least for the Bronze Age. Like, look how expensive they are. They're 0.2. They're double the price of the normal walls. But they have an extra cover, so that means your archers or any units behind the wall has more cover against enemy range fire, and they have 5 more solidity. So they are much stronger. They simply just take more hits to break, which means that if you've got your archers behind them, your archers will last longer, can get more shots off before the enemy breaks through. So the stone block walls, if you want damn good walls, that is the wall to go for. And it's just 2 stone blocks. So you might be thinking, wow, that's pretty cheap. Look how many quarries I've got. I must be getting loads of stone blocks. No, I'm getting 3 stone blocks per tick. And that is with 6 quarries. I've also got this quarry over here, or the stone cutter camp with a quarry here. So, yeah, stone blocks are really, really expensive to acquire, just because you acquire so little. Like with 3 workers, every 90 minutes you're only getting 0.5. Which means you need 6 workers to get just 1 stone block in per tick. But for a place like Rocktown, enough in the name Rocktown, where it's got lots of thick rock chunks, I can have as many quarries as I want. So really, it's just a matter of labour. And look, I've got 11 jobless. We're getting another 45 people in. Like, I can get as many people as I damn well want making bloody stone blocks, which is what I've done. So I've got 6 people actually making the stone blocks, or 6 camps, sorry. So that is 6 times 3, so that'll be 18 people making me stone blocks. And then also selling the stone blocks. So we haven't actually sold any yet, but I've got a very high price on. Because actually they are pretty expensive. They cost me 5.3 coins to buy in. So I'm making a pretty decent markup there. What would that be, a 200% markup, or is it a 300% markup? I don't remember how it works. I think it's 300% markup to go to 15. So yes, I'm selling quite high, but again, I'm the first one to get it. So if anyone wants it, they can buy it from me. There are actually a few buildings you've already got that you can use. Well, actually, I say there's a few. The only one I can think of straight away from the top of my head is the granary. There it is. So the granary uses stone blocks. But as you start moving in through Bronze Age, and well, I don't actually ever been in the Iron Age, but I don't know what the wiki says. The Iron Age uses a lot of stone blocks. So it is one to stock up on. Even if I get like 300 stone blocks, just in case I ever wanted to build some walls. I could build the walls if I ever need to sell, whatever. I'm gonna get stock. But then I've also got some stone workers here who are actually just getting the stone. And these stone cutter camps are brilliant. 100% efficiency over the primitive stone camp. So they go from making 3.6, 7.2. As I've said, where I've got so many jobless, getting all these stone camps is so good. I'm making 43 stone per tick. And that again is with, 6 of my stone cutter camps actually just being for the stone blocks. So I'm making 43 on like 3 or 4 camps. I'm getting a lot of sales. Like, look at this. I'm selling a lot, and like again, I'm gonna keep selling because I can. And because I don't want people to undercut me. I know I'm gonna get 43 in, so I might as well, you know, just keep selling. So I'm making, even though again stone mining is usually a very, very basic job, like never very profitable, because I've now got these upgraded stone cutter camps and getting so much stone in, it's actually a nice little way to keep my settlement afloat while I don't really have any jobs. But guys, this is the big but. I'm upping my wealth considerably. In fact, my plan would see me double, that's right, double the amount of wealth I produce, which would be huge, like genuinely huge. My town would be so much wealthier that again the price of everything would be so much higher. My score in general would be insane. How do I do this, you ask? You better be asking that, because if you're not asking that, then you must be some sort of a Ymir expert. Is simply double my leather clothes and meat production. I'll be wondering why the hell have I not done that before? And again, it's because I've been in the mindset, I'm so used to playing Ymir self-sufficiently. And again, if you're newer to Ymir, or maybe you're actually quite experienced, maybe you've got hundreds and hundreds of hours in the game, but you just did the same as me, playing it for more the economic way. Because in real life, let's be real, China doesn't specialize on just making one good, because that would be very silly. I know Ymir is obviously very different to real life in the sense that in real life you don't just have leather clothes, textiles, beer, cider. Like obviously there's much more things you could produce, but even then, in real life, countries don't usually specialize. They sort of make everything themselves, and then they import, you know, in excess of. Well, like, they just need to supply a few more things. You don't find a country that doesn't produce any of its own food and imports it all. That just doesn't happen. Unless it's like a, you know, a minor country like 100 people. In Ymir, though, that is actually quite the opposite. You want to literally focus, and if you're extremely good and you get loads and loads of sid points, and you can focus on 2 industries, then that's brilliant. But really, you want to focus on just one industry. For me, that is the buffalo leather clothes industry. So that's producing the buffalo, slaughtering the buffalo, and then using the buffalo leather to make clothes, and then selling the meat. So that's 3 industry. It's one industry as a whole, which is like again like the leather animal production industry. But it's 3 different things. It'll be full in buffalo, full in leather clothes, and full in meat. I really just need to specialize in that. And again, why I'm saying this is so foreign to me, because I'm used to producing goods and going, brilliant, look, I've hit my supply of 10, or my demand of 10, supplying 11. Perfect, that's me done. I can now move on to the next industry. No, that's not how you need to play it when you are specializing in an industry. You need to go, look at the leather clothes market. Where's leather clothes? Here it is. Look at the leather clothes market. There is still room for me to undercut these people. I'm going to double my leather clothes production and undercut them by supplying huge amounts to my own markets to drive down the price, and then just selling in excess. Again, it feels very, very foreign, because it's like I'm already meeting demand at these current prices. You can see, like, I'm already selling, so why would I want to double my production? Who am I going to sell to? Because I can't really get any more, I can't really sell anymore at 2.7. That's why you lower the price. You drive down that price by supplying. Again, if you had the opportunity, unless I had loads of sid points and I could go into like alcohol production by producing loads of barley and making loads of alcohol, then yeah, that might be more profitable. But in my situation, I don't have any more countryside space. I don't really have enough sid points, and I'm too far into the game. I feel like if I was starting from the beginning, I could maybe decide to do a couple of different things. But that's what I'm going to do. So what I've been doing is building up my buffalo stock. You might have noticed down here, 19 buffalo, and growing very, very considerably as well. 6 buffalo per tick. And the reason it's only at 19 is because I actually make a loss of buffalo in Castell, and so I set up an internal order. That's why it's got this like nice bronze brassy colour, to buy in the buffalo. So you can actually see I've bought in 16 buffalo. So actually, where I've produced only 19 here, well, I've actually added 16 on top of that. So I've actually produced well over 30 buffalo, and that's only, guys, in like the last 7 hours that I've done that. So that's my first goal, is to get my new countryside, Buffalo Borough. I didn't say that. I don't know why I called it Borough. Anyway, I've got Buffalo Borough, making loads of buffalo. You can see here making 3.6. Yeah, another thing is I took a sid point out of copper ore, because again, copper ore was about just making a little bit of profit. Getting this buffalo industry pumping out leather clothes and meat is going to make me far more profit than just one extra SID point in copper ore. And now that we're getting into other things, let me just go through these. The mining tools, which gives us the upgraded mining camp. The extra jobs I'm saving on the copper ore isn't actually that worth it. And also in our countryside, if we were getting the copper ore with these upgraded mining camps, again, we'll already hit that. So I don't feel like that copper ore SID point is now as valuable as it was when I first put it into it. So let's go over these texts before I go into the buffalo stuff. So we've got treasury. This is a huge one. It unlocks taxation. Taxation is my favorite. Not when I'm the one being taxed, when I'm the one taxing, guys. So taxation is huge. It changes you from, well, you don't actually have to get rid of forced labor, but you definitely should be getting rid of forced labor, and you convert it to tax instead. So instead of telling your people, hey, you're going to spend 10% of your day working for me, the government, and you know, in return that means we can use your work to provide maintenance to our buildings or clean the streets or whatever. Now you don't have to do that, but you have to give us 10%, 20%, 50%, 100% of what you earn to us. But because of I used to play taxation. I think I did it in the last series as well. Very, very high taxation, or at least like high in terms of what it is to real life. Like in real life, if you were spending a flat 50% tax rate, that's an extremely high tax rate. But that's what I used to have, and that's how I used to make huge amounts of money, is by having 50% taxes. But obviously, taking more people's money means they have less money. Obviously, they have less money. Wealth goes down. Wealth going down, prices go down because people have less money to spend. So, my new approach I'm going to give a try to this server, this playthrough, is I'm going to actually have less taxes. I'm going to still have some taxes, but if you know anything about Ymir, or you previously watched my other series and you remember this, taxes in Ymir work by, for every tax you go up by, every like number you go up by, it's one loyalty loss. I think that's how it works. So for example, if you put a 25% tax rate, it would cost you 25 loyalty. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Maybe it's a little bit more easy on you than that. But what I do remember is when you went over a certain threshold, I believe was 25% taxation, the proportional increase in the tax was now lower than the amount of loyalty loss you'd made. So basically what that means is if you put 25 tax, you take a 25 loyalty hit. Whereas if you went for a 40% tax, you might take a 50 loyalty hit. So do you see what I mean? Where the amount of tax you're increasing by causes an even greater increase in the loyalty loss. So what I want to do is get my tax at that threshold, which I think again was 25%. So usually I'd never hit 25%. I'd always go above because it was like, why do I want to stop at 25% tax? I'm not going to make any money. But now because I'm going for such a trade-heavy importing amount, I want to try and keep that as high as possible. So having a 25% tax means I'm not taking that extra loyalty hit, but I'm still earning a decent amount from tax. But then my people aren't losing too much money that they can't, buy things. Yeah, so that's the treasury one. The treasury one, you do that by actually building the treasury building, which is just another big government building, which I think you have to build in your capital. If you don't, though, I might actually build it in Rocktown, but because I don't really have much space in Castell, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think we'll have to build it in Castell, so we'll get that built. Then we actually get the new policy, which is treasury. Being totally honest with you guys, I can't remember exactly what that one does, so we'll have to have a look at that one when we get it. But I remember what taxation does, and I remember what the actual treasury building is. Just more officials, and I think it generates more state power or government administration, I can't remember, but it's something like that. Next we have mining tools. So mining tools, like I said before, it's just the upgraded mining camp with the clay exploitation. Sewers doesn't do anything for now. Pictogram writing. So this one's only got a 31% chance to succeed, so I've probably failed this quite a few times. But pictogram writing gets us the upgraded library, so it's not anything that we need to rush. Then getting that upgraded library means we'll get slightly more research points per hour. And that's it. The library service, is it here, does give you a little bit of culture, but we won't produce enough to that be anything more than like 1 or 2. And obviously the libraries do give you more knowledge capacity, but we've got 800. We've got absolutely tons of knowledge capacity. So that's irrelevant. The last one, though, which is actually a really, really good one, water reservoirs, which unlocks laundry service, which is provided through the wash house. The wash house actually is made of axes, according to the wiki. I thought it was made of shovels, which means I can actually spam wash houses in both Rocktown and Castell, and I will be absolutely fine. I won't have to, like, use up all my shovels. Wash houses, I think, give 4 health service. So if you, for example, provide 18 18 laundry service, you'll get 18 times 4 health. Or, an average of 4 health increase because everyone's getting access to it. So basically, it's like getting doctors. Not as good as doctors, but it's almost like a mini doctor. But there's no work for it. Unless they've changed it. Wash houses before were always just a building you place down. They use up water, and you get a service for free. Brilliant, brilliant building. Huge growth potential with wash houses. So that's a brilliant tech to get. But enough of that. That's the text explained. My plan has been explained to you. You can see here, look at that 150 coin loss from all these techs that we're researching because we've got paid researchers on. So once we've got rid of them, we'll be making about 300 coins per turn. But guys, Rocktown has got 11 jobless at the moment. And that's 11 jobless with loads of useless jobs still filled. Like, I don't need as many stonecutters as I've got. I have like people in the merchants where the merchants aren't even selling anything. So I've probably got about 20 jobs free, and then, like I said, 45 new jobs coming in. So I'm ready to up my industry. And in Castell, what my idea is, once I've got, because again, I need all the buffalo to, breed more buffalo here in Buffalo Borough. But I've got these 2 mountain territories, and even though they are nasty for fertility, I know there's a little bit of growing space on them, enough that I can get buffalo growing on both of these. Remember, Castell's a town, it has 5 countryside space, but I actually only have 3 countrysides. But now that we have the scribe building, which costs shovels, so it's quite expensive, but we've got the scribe building, they make admin. So you can actually see here, we've got 88 admin, but I think it's about 28 of that admin is from the scribe building, which is why Rocktown is still in the negative admin, but it is actually doing better than it was before. So what I can do is in Castell get some scribes down, and then that then covers the admin loss from getting these two mountain tile countrysides. But then with them, I can then get so much more buffalo, or not just buffalo. I could get as well some chickpeas and lettuce growing as well. But so I can double, absolutely double, because here we've got one cattle pasture, one cattle pasture, one cattle pasture. We're bringing in 6.9 buffalo. 6.9 buffalo, well 7.6, but almost there. 7.6 buffalo gives us 90 meat per tick, 45 leather per tick. We double that, guys. Just think of the amount of meat I'll be producing. 180 meat, around 180 meat. And that's not even doubling. Remember, one countryside can have 4 cattle pastures. One countryside will be the equivalent of all the cattle farm that I'm already doing here. So, like, I really, really could ramp up the amount. And I'd absolutely crash the market. Absolutely crash the market, because I could go from selling meat at 2 coins and being, yeah, you know, like this, to driving my price down to probably 0.7 coins, 0.6 coins wholesale price. And then that means I can undercut everybody at 1 coin and sell meat at 1 coin. You might go, wow, what a waste though. But I'd still be making a 0.4 coin profit per meat. And because I'd be undercutting everybody, I'd always get the first sale. And as long as I can supply that 0.4 coins, I'd supply the whole market at still the same profit margin that I'm currently making. So yeah, it'd be brilliant. And then because I get all the leather clothes, I can do the same with leather clothes. If we get 2.4 per free trader, which is still pretty low, I'm already making it 2.1. So I could sell to those free traders with a 0.3 profit margin at the moment. If I double my leather clothes production, I could drive down the price of my leather clothes to, let's say, 1 coin wholesale price, which would be what, a 1.4 coin profit for every free trader sell I make. And then again, I could undercut everybody here at maybe 2 coins leather clothes. So, but it's not just about the profit, guys. Gotta remember this. If you're new to Ymir, you're falling into the same trap that I used to fall into, which is it's just about, trying to balance the books and once you've got as much as you need, you're good and you can move on to the new thing. No, I want to make as much of these leather clothes and meat as possible because it will double my wealth. Doubling my wealth, that means all my other people are richer. People being richer means the price go up. So it's not. So even if I'm only making 0.1 coin margin profit on the leather clothes, which I obviously won't. I told you I can drive the price down enough that I can make a good margin on it. But let's say even if I wasn't, I'd still have double the wealth, which means all my other prices, all the imported apples, the chickpeas would go up, the cloves would go up. So all these goods I'm importing, I get more money for. And when you've seen that my trade balance is already at 300, if I saw that go up to 400, 450, then that's a huge amount more money being earned. Anyway, guys, enough yapping. That's been 20 minutes of me yapping on about all my plans. If you're still listening, then thank you so much. I'm not going to end the video here, don't worry. I'm going to just go into Buffalo Burrow. Off camera, going to set up some pastures. You don't want to see me just do all of that boring stuff. So I'll set up those pastures. Then, with that updated figure, I say we start getting Rocktown rocking. Let's get maybe 6 more leather clothes makers in it. Let's get maybe 4 or 5. Well, actually, no, because with these new butchers, they actually use up 1.2 or 1.1 each. And yes, we produce a lot of buffalo, but if we get too many new butchers down, we will actually just eat up all our supply straight away. And I don't want to eat them all up yet because I want to get enough buffalo stocked up that I can immediately set up the arid mountain. Because soon, guys, very, very soon, I'm going to drop forced labor. Like, I'm actually ready to do it technically now. Obviously, not right now when I've got current projects that actually go into debt. But once I get rid of these current projects, I could actually get rid of forced labor. So I want to get that 10% with all my buffalo going to get even more buffalo to feed my leather cloves rampage or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I don't want to butcher too many animals here in Rocktown just yet. I'll do that once I've got all my other stuff set up. Yeah, I will see you in a little bit. Hello guys, welcome back. So I have used up almost all my buffalo. I don't actually have enough workers now in Buffalo Burrow to get the last pasture working, but I only have 3 buffalo anyway, so I'm not gonna like waste sending over some new settlers, but I'll just let the place naturally grow as I get more buffalo in anyway. So now we're here back in Rocktown. We've got, like I said before, we've got 12 jobless, so we need to get, just having these people sit around doing nothing is absolutely horrendous. I could at least get them flint mining or something. Even though the flint is still pretty useless, at least they're doing something. They're generating wealth. They're generating something that could potentially be sold, whatever. But why not now do some leather clothes? So you can see here that actually, because I'm going to buy them in now, because I've started to produce more leather myself. Again, the market is fixing itself with the leather clothes, but because of that, I can now up my leather clothes production. So we need axes. And I've had to stop a lot of axe production in Castell to get shovel production up. So I'm having to buy them in. But actually, the axe market has recovered. 14.5 is like the new selling point, which is the lowest it's been ever. So I'm happy to buy the axes in that much. But we are short of cash because I did have to spend thousands of coins to get these techs. Like it was like 400 for treasury. It was 1,000 for sewers. I think 400 for pictogram. 400 for there. 200 for mining tools. Like it's a lot of money. So that's why I'm quite low on cash, but I am still recovering. Like, even with all this tech, I'm still making a good budget balance. But yeah, let's get some tanneries done. I want to get all of these 6. Oh, there's a little house there. Sneaky bugger. Do you see that? Can't even click it. There you go. I can click it. So let's get rid of that. And let's get... Is there another one there as well? There is actually one there. I just can't see it to get rid of it. Okay, what I'll just have to do is... I've already built some more houses, 6 houses there, so I just have to, once a slum actually auto deletes, I just have to, actually, I just don't want to risk. There we go. Okay, that's got it. So once that's deleted, we'll get another tannery there, but that there is 8 workers. That'll be 10 workers with this leather clothes worker. Each of my butchers produces 6.5 leather. But each of our tanneries only uses 2.6. So, yes, it doesn't fully add up, but because this would add up to what, about 7.8? So, slightly under, but not by much actually. If we get just 2 butchers, we are then almost fulfilling. If we get 3 butchers, we should actually cover the leather demand for all of these. So, with 2 butchers, which is what I want to get to, I can cover most of these, and then the rest I can just import in at the 1.5 coins anyway. So remember though, this is something I was talking about in the last episode. When you buy goods in on the market, I always used to think that you'd sell them at the price, but no, it does make sense that you sell them at the wholesale price. So where I'm buying it in for 1.5 coins, it's like brilliant. I'm buying that in and I'm selling it for the exact same price. I'm not making any loss. But actually, no, I do lose 0.4 coins. But again, for something like leather clothes, where like I do make a decent profit on it, I don't think that's too terrible. But then saying that, actually, my profit margin is actually about 0.4 coins anyway, so I probably should stop buying in leather. Because actually, it does mean I make a loss. Yeah, that's just come to me now. Yeah, actually, I probably should stop buying in leather. Because if I'm making only a 0.4 margin on my leather clothes, and then I'm having to buy the leather in for 0.4 coins, that actually means I'm making no money. But I still get the wealth benefits. Remember, I get the fact that my workers get paid really, really well, so they can then, if we go on to artisans, look how wealthy the artisans are in my territory. They're just below the officials and the oligarchs. They're the wealthiest, so they up the prices. And then the fact that they produce so much wealth, which is just instant 40 wealth per tannery, just absolutely ridiculous, guys. And then per butcher, 42. It's just, I can't describe how much wealth that is for that sort of building. So yeah, even if I am losing or breaking even by having to buy the leather in, actually the amount of wealth I create is probably actually beneficial. But enough yapping. We need to get some shovels, and there should be some shovels on the market. 37. Oh, well, that's actually pretty decent. That's actually undercut by 3.5 coins each. So let's get in 4, because I want to build 2 new butchers. 48 coins. Brilliant. I'm actually pretty happy with that price. So let's get all of these up on high. And that is just brilliant because we have so many jobless. And even now, we're only just breaking even now on our jobless. But we're going to get another 45 in. So I really need to get as many jobs in as possible. We've got them, which is good. Then I want to get 2 new butchers. So that's going to use up an extra 2.2 buffalo. But 2.2 buffalo take us to 4.8 buffalo. I'm obviously going to go to bed soon. It's midnight. Day in that recording, but yeah, it's midnight. So by the time I log back on and I'm ready to play again, I will have so many buffalo in stock that actually using these 2 butchers will probably actually be beneficial. Otherwise, I might even find that even though I have 32 stock, because I've got both these on critical, I actually would have overflowed anyway. So yeah, the buffalo is perfectly fine to put a couple extra butchers there. So looking at our level close production, it's gone up to 30, which is again, it's crazy because as I said before, I used to think of this self-sufficient playstyle. So to me, making 30 leather clothes, it's like, wow, that's really overproducing. But actually, that is what you need to do to get that wealth. But if we look at our wealth in the territory, it hasn't updated yet, saying 479 there. Once we've got both our butchers, fully up and running, and the game's auto sort of like clocked in that we've got the tanneries, we'll get another tannery in. There we go. So once it's done that, our wealth, just do the basic maths. If we're getting, what is that, 40 almost per tannery, and we've just built 6 new tanneries, and then we're getting 40 per thingy here. Oh, the amount of wealth probably actually has seriously doubled. Yeah, now it's gone up. Remember, and look at this, I was about to say, remember, they get a share of our wealth that we take. So they're going now from 44 to 50. So even though it's only gone up a small amount, they're taking a bigger cut. So that's why it's not going up the full amount. But yeah, so let's start oversupplying leather clothes. Let's max it out to 15. That's then going to drive down the price. But even here, look at this. Price going up to 5 coins just because... And yeah, you can see prices are all going up exactly as I said they would. Actually, I think that's going down, so I'm maybe not correct on that fully. But yeah, some of these are decreasing. But pottery... Oh yeah, pottery's decreasing as well. I'm not sure about that. So it's a bit weird. But it should increase because as the oligarchs go up to 50 wealth... and these guys are all increasing as well, increasing. They're all increasing in wealth, so well, maybe not all of them, they're decreasing. But as most of them increase in wealth, we should see that the prices all rise. So it's not just thinking about the direct consequences. again, I'm talking about this a lot because I think it's such an important topic, but where I'm producing these leather clothes, I might make 0.1 coin profit directly from the sale of leather clothes. But actually, indirectly, I might create so much more wealth that all the profits and all the trading side of it go up by maybe 10 coins, 20 coins. So you got to think about the whole picture of it. And then obviously my score's going up massively. Saying that, we're in 12th place, so we're doing pretty good. We're actually one of the biggest solo nations. Obviously, the people actually in these nations, a lot of them are very, very good players who are far above me. But in terms of the people who aren't in a nation, there's only the chiefdom of Usur who's 400 score ahead of me. But we'll catch up to it in no time, guys. Yeah, just look at the amount of money they make. Each worker's making 16 coins. 16 coins each. That is each. They're richer than the officials are. Obviously, it's the average here. So it says the average artisan is only 5.9. But technically, if those butchers were like as their own separate class, they would be richer than the oligarchs. Not the oligarchs, sorry, the officials. Which is just absolutely hilarious. So yeah, that's just how profitable this industry is for those guys. Now looking, we make 26 extra meat above what we need. We are making 20 extra leather clothes, even with this supply. And look, now we've plummeted the price to 3.7. But I want to get it lower than that, guys. I want to get it lower. This is going to be the first of the sales here. And now I'm going to get it lower. I need to build 2 new merchant stands, which we need axes for. Goodness. Thankfully there's some good sales going, so we'll buy them. So, get these merchants down. I want to supply more meat and more leather to drive down that price so I can start selling. For people. And actually, you know what, I'm going to get another butcher. I need to buy 2 more axes. 2 more shovels in. Because, as I said to you earlier, I'm going to be going to sleep. And I'm actually worried if I produce too many buffalo, I'm going to come back on. And yes, have my full buffalo stores, brilliant. But then actually, I'll have wasted loads of buffalo because they're just dying. So I could build another paddocks. Yes. But I'm not going to. so I might as well get the jobs in the butchering side. It just means more wealth, more meat to sell, more leather. Actually, yeah, that last butcher will actually mean we make more leather than we need. So, oh, guys, I think that means we need more tanneries. Do you agree? Oh, you do. Brilliant. So let's get some more. Let's get some more. Let's build them. Actually, sort of running out of space. Let's get them. Oh, I'll save that for something else. I'm gonna say this just for butchers. I'll get them here. That's fine. So I'm gonna get 3 more tanneries actually. 3 tanneries. All in hype. Remember, guys, we've got so many jobs spare. So I can afford the workers for this, and also the amount of wealth they generate is so worth it anyway. So we'll get those 3 there. We're going to get this new butcher, so that is 8 more jobs, and what would that be? 120 more wealth. Absolutely incredible stuff. Look at this, skyrocketed to 650 wealth now. We've got 57 wealth per oligarch, and the traders are getting more rich, because again, the trickle-down effect I told you guys about before. If the prices are going up, it means that the merchants earn more. So because the merchants are earning more, look, their wealth's going up. Oligarchs obviously are going, oligarchs and officials are going up because they get a share of the wealth. But then doctors are going up because prices are going up. Farmers get more money because their prices have been paid for. So everybody's getting richer. With everybody getting richer, the prices go up even more. And so all these goods that I supply, like I buy in, I look, apples now going up to 22.4. Lettuce increasing price, so I get money for that. Carrots again, I don't understand why that one's going down. These ones are going down. So some of them, my theory to say makes sense, but their beer is going up. So I don't understand why some of them are going down. I think it's because I've actually, no, I'm not. Oh, I don't understand. But anyway, the general prices are going up, and they will do as people get richer. So yeah, it's getting brilliant. It's getting more and more as I need it to. And remember, these oligarchs are fueling my legitimacy. So as they increase, my legitimacy value will increase, so I get more loyalty. You can see here, 74 loyalty from the legitimacy. So it literally is what's keeping my my cities alive, basically, not rebelling. Another thing I've been focusing on here in Rocktown, and where I've just got so many jobs, and also I think it could be profitable in the long run, is just making some padded armor. That is, I'm making 2.9, but that is 4 industries worth. They only make very little. Padded armor is 7 coins to buy in, so it's kind of expensive. It's got a good selling price on the market though. Not that I've sold any for 15, but you can sell them at that amount. But as I've said before, padded armor is needed for spear pigs, which are a very, very comfortable unit. Soon they're going to go out of date because the hoglites are going to come in, which are the Bronze Age, the best Bronze Age unit. The hoglites are absolutely phenomenal, but they're very, very expensive. They need bronze helmets, bronze cuirasses, bronze shields, and spears. So spears I'm making because then loads of people probably don't even have shielded snouts yet because they don't. Maybe they're still using javelin men and warriors. But shielded snouts use the spears, so they're useful. Spear pigs is what sort of is the best unit at the moment, because light helmets, which is going to be one that I'm going to try and get into, which we don't even like. Again, you need light helmets as well, and shields and everything. Oh, so much. But yeah, so I just want to make a stock of all these goods, spears and padded armor. So if someone goes to war, I can be a USA and sell them all the equipment. Or if I go to war, I then have some equipment to call up on. So that's why I've got quite a lot of weapon makers here making all this stuff. I've actually got one foundry which is importing my, well actually no longer my copper, but was importing my copper to make some copper just to fuel these spear workers. And then actually I am buying in some cotton to make textiles, but that's the only reason I'm doing it. I don't even know why I'm doing it, because to be honest with you, I make the exact same amount of... No, the reason why I'm doing it is because I've got so many jobs. Because I buy in this cotton for 1 coin. Because I actually only sell it for 0.8, I make a 0.2 coin loss per cotton. But then I buy my textiles in at 0.2 coins cheaper than what the market's selling it for. So technically, it would be just as cost effective to buy it in. It just means I wouldn't actually have to assign 4 workers. You may say, why the hell are you doing this then? It's just the fact that I have it so... Well, at the time, I had literally like 30 jobless. I needed some use for the jobs. And actually, it generates a little bit... The weavers generate a nice wealth per worker, 5.4 wealth per worker. So for the time being, I will keep them. But actually, I can switch them out whenever I want and just buy in this textiles myself. So guys, we've got some more tanneries here. So let's get hiring. Get hiring for all of these. Then we'll see how much leather clothes we're making once we've got all of them. Got our butcher running already, so we're getting in 39 excess meat. Ah, it's just brilliant stuff, isn't it? So actually, let's turn this one to fully supplied. All of our other stuff is doing fine. Oversupplying that. Leather clothes is actually going up to 4.9 even with the oversupply, which is just crazy. We really are going to just oversupply leather clothes absolutely hugely. But we will. But yeah, leather clothes we're getting 33 in now, excess. Leather, we're now no longer breaking even because, like I just said, we're eating up quite a lot of buffalo. But I don't want to get any more butchers because actually we're making 3.8 per tick, which is huge, but the Castellian butchers are buying in 0.7 excess buffalo, so technically I'm only making 3.1 buffalo net, but it's still a lot, so maybe get one more butcher, but I'm not going to just yet. So I'm going to look at the amount of leather clothes I've got, the amount of meat, and I'm going to actually, I think, with this amount, fully supply this market. That's another 15 just being sold. They're not making any money, they're making a huge loss, but just being sold. So how much meat have I got spare as well? 36. So with those being fully sold, price should plummet, absolutely plummet. Let's just make sure I'm not actually. That's what I'm missing. Cloves. Do you need to start selling cloves here? Because cloves. Well, actually, there is running out of cloves on the market. But cloves will again decrease the leather, as I said before, the leather cloves demand, which means that there's even less demand, which means my price will drop even more. I do actually want some cloves, so let's. I don't have axes, so let's just get the normal one, and I can sell some cloves here. So let's set a buy order. And because I will restrict the supply, I can still make a nice profit on it. The price will be so high. So let's do recurring order. Stocks are less than 40. Buy in 10 for 4. We'll buy in those cloves. I'll sell them when they're there. Let's have a look at the prices now for meat. 1.3. That is what I like to see. And leather cloves, 1.9. That is huge, guys. Huge. Because, look, I'm still making 18 leather cloves with all that supply. Still making 21 meat with all that supply. So I will get 1.9, sorry, where is it? 1.9 price. I'll probably get, well, I'll get 25% off of that for the wholesale price. So probably about 1.6 coins. I'll buy my leather cloves in. So I could sell my leather cloves to the free traders and I'd still make 0.8 coins per sale. Or I can come here and just sell them at 2.5 to the main, like the actual the players, and make 0.9 profit at 18 each. So if I'm selling that, let me get my little calculator out. I shouldn't even need to calculate it. 0.9 times 18 would probably be about, what, 15 profit per tick if I was selling all those leather cloves for 2.5? Around that much. So you can see there, oh, all the wealth, the indirect effect that has by driving up prices in my place, which means that I make more money from trade. All the wealth in terms of me getting more score. And I'm making the trade profit off it. It's just absolutely brilliant, guys. This is what I mean. This is going to that mindset of not thinking about just self-supplying and then moving on. Absolutely pumping out whatever you're setting your specialization is. Let's say your specialization is pottery. You might pump out 200 pottery per tick. Enough to supply both your cities. And then just enough so you have to maybe supply 40 to your markets to drive down the price. Then just sell all the rest. And because pottery is, obviously everyone wants pottery. See how much pottery demand there is, because you've got such a low price, you'll undercut everyone in solo. So it's about pumping out whatever you're working on. And yeah, we can see how well that's worked for us here. So let us get a cloves one, because if we can get a cloves seller, we can drive down the price of leather cloves even more. We can see there's a demand for 14. That will fall, but let's sell, I don't know, 4, and we'll see how much profit we make. Because if we look, guys, if we look at all territories, so this is looking at Castell, we can see that we've been selling at Castell meat for 2 coins. We're still making nice profits. And the reason is, well, I was getting confused before. I looked and I saw, wow, look how much money we make on our leather clothes, but then meat, make nothing. Ah, meat's trash, meat's trash. No, I was just a complete idiot. The reason why we're making such big profits on the leather clothes is because I state buy leather clothes. So because I state buy it, when I sell it, there's no producer share because I'm getting all the money for it. So hence we make 27 coins. Meat on the other hand, I don't state buy. So actually, if we look at these figures, we're actually making 20 coins of revenue, but 13 of that is just paying off the producers. So that's why it's only saying we're making 7. But technically, the meat is making just as much profit as the clothes. That's what I might even find. That's why I think these butchers are so valuable, because they're producing the okay, now it's not gone from 15. That makes more sense. That's because we've absolutely dunked the price, so the price they get is absolutely fallen. But anyway, these butchers are just so valuable because they're producing the leather, which fuels my leather clothes industry, and then they sell the meat for huge amounts. This is what's so brilliant, because now that we've pumped the price all the way down to 1.3, every butcher we make, that makes 13 more meat. That's 13 more meat going straight into the market. You don't have to pump. You don't have to keep pumping and pumping and pumping it down. Once you pumped it down to that low price, anything on top of that is just going straight to sales. Same for leather clothes. We now got it down to 1.9 coins. I can now sell at 1.9 coins comfortably, and any new tanneries I make will just add to that 1.9 coin selling, or I can use those extra leather clothes that are being produced to drive down the price even more. But to be honest, at that price, again, it's pretty decent. So all we need to do now is wait. I want to wait for these prices to decrease, because obviously, if I start setting up trading orders now for 2 coins, yeah, brilliant, I sold loads, but the game's still registering leather clothes at 4.6 coins, so I'll just make loads of loss. So I do need to wait. Looking at the price, that's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We go up to 8 coins. If we continue to supply at 4, thinking I buy these in for 4 coins, so I sell them here for 8, 25% off 8 would be 6 coins. So I still make a 2 coin profit. I think I can push it up a little bit more. So I do want to have a little bit more. Obviously, I want to make more profit, but I also want to. Yeah, now I make. What would that be? 2.4 coin. Oh, actually, sorry, no, that's 25% off. So that would be about 5 coins. I'll make about a coin profit, but then by supplying more and then lowering the amount, lowering the demand for leather clothes. Still saying at 1.9, but might just creep down to 1.8. So guys, I'm going to end the episode there. That's been a really, really long episode. More of a boring one, I'd say. Nothing crazy's happened. It's just been more about me showing you how I'm now deciding to play Ymir thanks to some brilliant advice I've been getting from very experienced players. And how I do it, how this is playing out, explaining it. So if you have watched, look at that, 721 wealth. Again, these guys are going up to 63 wealth now. It's just absolutely insane, guys. Look at all the wealth increases. Oh, it's just absolutely brilliant. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you've watched it to the end fully, then thank you so much. You're really, really helping out the channel. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave it a like. If you're enjoying the series as a whole, please subscribe and join the Discord. The link is in the description. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Ta-ra.